A hero is defined by what they do when everyone is watching. But a legend? A legend is defined by what they endure when no one is looking. On August 28, 2020, a notification appeared on our phones that made the world stop spinning. Chadwick Boseman was dead. It didn't make sense. He was 43. He was strong. He was the Black Panther. He was the symbol of power for a generation. But then the truth came out, the sad truth that broke us all. For 4 years, during the filming of Civil War, Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame, he was dying. While he was flipping through the air on screen, he was going through chemotherapy in real life. While he was inspiring millions, he was fighting for every breath. This is the story of a man who looked death in the eye and chose to keep working. The story of a king who gave us everything he had left. Chadwick Aaron Boseman wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing excellence. Born in South Carolina, he studied directing at Howard University. He wanted to tell stories. When Hollywood finally found him, they realized he had a rare gift. He could carry the weight of history. He played Jackie Robinson in 42. He played James Brown in Get On Up. He played Thurgood Marshall. He didn't just act, he channeled these men. He had a dignity, a quiet intensity that commanded respect. He was preparing for a role that would change the world, but he didn't know that his toughest battle was already beginning. The year was 2016. Chadwick had just been cast as T'Challa, the King of Wakanda. It was the role of a lifetime. But that same year, he received news that would bring anyone else to their knees: stage 3 colon cancer. Most people would have retired. Most people would have gone home to rest. Chadwick Boseman went to the gym. He made a decision that is hard to comprehend. He decided to keep it a secret. Only a tiny circle of family and partners knew. To the rest of the world, and even to his director, Ryan Coogler, he was just Chadwick. He endured surgeries and rounds of chemo, and then he would step onto the set of Black Panther and perform his own stunts. The strength that took is superhuman. In 2018, Black Panther arrived. It wasn't just a movie, it was a movement. It changed the culture. It gave Black children a superhero who looked like them, a king who was wise and powerful. Chadwick traveled the world. He smiled for cameras. He hugged crying fans. He visited children with cancer in St. Jude's Hospital. Looking back now, those images are heartbreaking. He was comforting sick children, knowing he was fighting the exact same battle. He was whispering hope to them while his own clock was ticking. That is not just acting. That is grace. As the years passed, the cancer progressed to stage 4. The physical toll became impossible to hide. In his final films, like The Five Bloods and Ma Rainey Bottom, he was noticeably thinner. He looked tired. When he appeared on social media, cruel commenters mocked his weight loss. They called him Crack Panther. They didn't know. They couldn't know. But Chadwick never clapped back. He never complained. He focused on the work. In Ma Rainey, he delivered the performance of his career. There is a scene where his character screams at God, challenging him. Watching it now, it feels like Chadwick was pouring his own pain, his own anger, and his own passion into that final monologue. It was his goodbye note to cinema. When the end came, he was at home, with his wife and family by his side. The shockwave was global. Co-stars who had worked with him for years were devastated. They had no idea he was sick. They realized that the strong king they leaned on was holding himself up by sheer will. His death forced us to look at our own lives. It taught us that you never know what someone is going through. It taught us that time is not promised. Chadwick Boseman squeezed a lifetime of greatness into 43 short years. He ran the race and he finished it with his head held high. In Civil War, T'Challa says, "In my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point." Chadwick Boseman has stepped off into the ancestral plane. He is running free now, no longer in pain. But down here, we miss our king.
He proved that true power isn't about physical strength, it's about the spirit. Did his secret battle inspire you? Let us know in the comments. Long live the king. Chadwick Aaron Boseman, 1976-2020.